What's up, guys? How you guys doing? It's been a long time. I haven't released any videos since for like a month now. Funny enough, for like a month. Happy New Year, by the way. Um, I hope you're enjoying your year already. It's crazy that this month is almost done by, I think probably by like next week. This month is already done. Like it's crazy how fast time flies. But anyways, I hope you guys are good. You guys missed me small. I didn't miss you, none of you. But anyways, happy New Year once again. Um, I haven't made a video in a long time. I've been busy doing other things. I'm I've been trying to set up my own podcast. I've been looking for I have found actually a studio. Um, and by the way, I've been on other podcasts. Just getting my face out there. I'm actually shooting a podcast, another podcast on what's today? Today is Wednesday. I'm shooting one on Friday. Yeah, like I think on Friday. So yeah, I'm just trying to get my face out there, really. So without any further ado, what would I be talking about? I was talking about how does race affect dating in this current climate? How race affects dating, or does race affect dating in this current climate? Um, by the way, check me out on King Richie's podcast. I've shot 3 episodes with King Richie's, and this is one of the topics we had on that podcast. Does race affect dating? I was there with a few other people as well. It's a mixture of guys and girls, so it's very good or enlightening to hear perspectives of the females as well on when it comes to topics like that. So does race affect dating? That's something you have to um, find out for yourself. I'm sure you guys watching have your perspectives on that topic. But for me, piggybacking on what I said during that episode, um, race definitely affects dating. Especially obviously in the Western world, race, because even cultures, you can be like, I'm a Niger boy, I'm Nigerian, I'm Igbo. You know, getting married to maybe like an Hausa person or Yoruba person can even affect your dating, how you guys date. Cultures from the same place can even affect how you date somebody, talk less of race. So yes, race affects dating. It always has, it always will, you know. And because different people from different races have different way of life, different lifestyles, right? So, like, not saying that people don't date outside their race and are successful dating outside their race, but different race, different lifestyle. Like me, um, I've dated people from different races as well. I've dated, a white girl, an Indian girl, um, Ethiopian. Well, no, Ethiopian is black. My bad. But white, Indian, yeah, Polish. So I've dated people from in different races, and one common thing, one thing I found out is that irrespective of what race you're from, whether black, white, Chinese, we all as human beings face very similar challenges. That's one thing. Like dating people from a different race exposes you to certain things, and it's a good thing because you learn how people from other cultures um, get to do things. It's a learning curve as well. Dating people from other cultures, it's a learning curve as well. But I also understand why most people stick to their race. I perfectly understand. Like being a black guy, it's easier dating a black woman for me, um, because it's a commonality we share. For like dating a black woman, there's certain things I don't need to explain. There's certain nuances I don't need to explain. She already knows. Just by uh, maybe my reaction to something. I don't even need to say what's on my mind. She can already pick that up. So that's like an advantage of dating within your race. You guys, there's just certain things you don't that doesn't need to be explained. Hold on. And if you go watch the podcast, which I urge you to, King Richie's podcast, go check it out. Um, at the, at some point in the conversation, we spoke about there was a point in the conversation. We we had a conversation about like how race affects black women, how dating outside your race affects black women compared to black men. And from personal experience and from things I see like on social media and just, you know, so social platforms, right? Black men are the most sought after. It's a fact. Black men are the most sought after. And I said it on the podcast. And people can people can say, well, you're just sought after because women from other races have a fetish that black men, are only good for this. You know what I mean? Are only good for sex or whatever. That's your business. But the thing is, black men are sought after for whatever reason it is, and I think black men tend to date more outside their race compared to any other race of men, which is not a bad thing. Because ideally, I think a man would date who he likes or who he's attracted to. Now, notwithstanding, I know guys like that, to be honest, that will be like, no, me, black women are stubborn, this or that, I can't deal with them. That's why I'll go out. That's why I date women from other cultures. I know people like that. So, aside from those people, there are actual guys that date outside their race, not because they want to prove a point. It's just because they vibe with the person, really, and they like who they are with. Not every black guy that dates outside his race is trying to prove a point that he doesn't like black women. Like black women who say, "Oh, you don't like your mother," especially if it's a prominent black man. You see it on social media all the time, like Instagram, maybe like on the shade room, shade borrow, baller alert. They post a picture of like a prominent black man dating like a white woman, and you go through the comments, and it is, oh, this black man, you hate your mom, you hate your dad, you hate your sisters, black men don't like black women, blah 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 blah, and all that bullshit. And that is not always the case. That is not always the case. People just vibe, and sometimes they just go from there. Um, what else? I I also, yeah, I feel like also the reason why black women feel like that also is because most black women will tell you that um, they they would only want to be with black men, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's appreciated. Like they'll tell you that most like black women that will date outside their race, but for the most part, most of them will tell you, well, the ones I've heard or have told me that it's still a black man they would like to marry at the end of the day. Still a black man they'll like to date or like to be in a relationship with or like to have children with. Um, for a lot of black men, I won't say majority because I can't speak for majority of black men. I don't know majority of the black men, but I know a lot of guys. Um, Majority of guys that I know would date who they like, irrespective of race, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the thing is for black men, the pool is wide. The pool is wider compared to black women, right? I think the reason why black women sometimes get angry when they see black men or a prominent black man date outside the black race is because the pool for black women is quite small, and this is minus the black women that don't mind going outside the black race to date. The ones that stick to wanting to date within the black race, I think the pool is small. The pool is small. It's not a lot of black men, especially um, in the Western world, like the UK, for example. There's not a lot of black men, so the pool is quite slim. The pool is not a lot, so hence why I feel like black women can get angry or aggravated sometimes when they see like a black man or a prominent black man date outside the black race. you know it's like, oh, we don't have a lot of you guys, and the ones we have, you girls from other races are dipping your hand into our little pool and taking the best ones away. So I think that breeds a little bit of animosity, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes it's good to be protective over what you deem is your own, for a lack of a better term. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel sometimes it can be a little bit too much, because a lot of black women, they give the excuse of, well, we don't care. You guys can date who you want as long as you don't badmouth, as long as you don't badmouth us and blah blah blah. And yeah, maybe some guys do, but to be honest, for majority of guys that date outside their race, I don't think they do. I don't think they are worried about you really. I don't think, you know, I think it's weird to be dating outside your race and be bad mouthing the ones inside. Some guys probably do, and those ones are weird for that, but a lot of guys don't. I don't think a lot of guys that date outside their race or are dating outside their race, I don't think they are there worried about you like that, I think they're just focused on who they are with, to be honest. So, yeah. Does dating outside your race affect dating? I think it does. It always has and it always will. Especially coming from a traditional Nigerian background, the older heads, they when like a Niger boy brings a Oyibo girl. Well, Oyibo means white. For the people that don't know what Oyibo means, it's a Nigerian slang for white girl. So when like a Niger guy, it brings a white girl back home to his parents. Especially the older generation, they look at you sideways like, huh? Look at you sideways that, okay, so you couldn't find any body of your race or your culture to bring back home, and you went to bring a white girl back home. And I think it's because of their mentality is different, because um, they feel like they have, I don't know, they come from a different lifestyle. Like the older folks, they come from a different lifestyle and their experiences are different. And also they base things off what they've heard other people go through. Like they feel like, okay, if you date within your race or your culture, it's easier to monitor things. If as a couple you get into a discrepancy, it's easier to solve. But if you date outside your race, especially like maybe a black guy married to a white girl, if any discrepancy happens, the white girl can play the victim, and just because she's white, the law will go against you as the black guy, and sometimes vice versa. And I see where they're coming from, because that narrative has to come from somewhere, because it does happen. It does happen. So I see where they're coming from. So yeah, they, race definitely affects dating, man. It always has and it always will. So let me know your thoughts on what you think, and if you are currently in a If you're currently dating outside your race, let me know. Leave in the comment section. Let me know your experiences. Let me know the things you've experienced dating outside your race, or things you've heard your friends experience. And please like, man, don't just watch the videos and be there like a fucking egg. Just like, just, it doesn't cost you anything to like, man. Just click that like button, stingy bastards. Just click that like button, and yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. I would really like to get your opinion on this topic. And yeah, watch me on the King Richie's podcast, man. Um, very, we're talking some real shit on there. And until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.